Morning students, how are you all? Okay, I think you all are fine. Very good students. Okay, shall we learn today commerce? Okay, so only four periods we have now. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, again you will be having Monday only, but all these days you should learn your lessons. Okay, what I have taught you, you have to learn. With this lesson, we will complete around 18 lessons. Okay, this is the training methods. 18 lessons, then again 10 more lessons we have. I will teach you. 28 lessons are there fully, so you have to listen carefully. The remaining chapters I will teach you. Okay, within this month we are asked to complete the full portion. So you have to complete your lessons. So these days you have to learn your lessons. Okay. At least that first 18 it will come. Okay, we are going to complete this 13th 12th lesson. From 13 to 18 we have already completed, so around 18 lessons are there. Okay, you thoroughly you learn these lessons. Other lessons also you have to listen and keep. Okay, so now we will go to the lesson training methods. So you should remember these lessons as a story. Okay, recruitment, then selection. Okay, selection process. Now training process. Okay, what training methods or selection, that is training process. Okay, what they do for training. So we have learned after selecting they have done the placement also. Placement means they will appoint, they will be given suitable job. Now before going to start their work, we need to give them proper training also. Okay, training, if they get proper training only, they can they can carry out their work effectively. Okay, but experienced candidates also may be selected, or fresh candidates without experience also, as per their qualification and knowledge, they can be selected. So that newly appointed, the fresh candidates may need more training, but the candidates, those who were working in another organization already, they may need less training. Okay, so first you should know what is the meaning of this training. Okay, this is one of the question. Okay, meaning of training, it is the act of increasing what, the new skill of problem solving activity. Okay, increasing the new skill of problem solving activity and technical knowledge of an employee. Okay, that means the technical knowledge of the employee, why, for doing the job themselves. Okay, without getting the help at each and every time from others, for doing the job by themselves, and to increase or enhancing the new skill of problem solving activity. Okay, and technical knowledge of the employee, this will be increased. Okay, what will be increased? The new skill of problem solving activity and the technical knowledge of the employee. For what? For doing the job themselves. Okay, that is called the training. Or just many sentences are there. It is refers to, training refers to the teaching and learning activities. Yes, isn't it? Teaching and learning activities. Teaching and learning activities carried on for the primary purpose of helping the members of an organization. Yes, it is helping them for the primary purpose of helping the members of an organization to acquire. To acquire means to get, or to apply the required knowledge. Those who do not have, they will get. Those who have, they can apply the required knowledge, the skill and attitude to perform their job effectively and efficiently. Okay, to perform their job effectively and efficiently, they need to apply their knowledge, skill, and attitude that we are providing, okay, through the process training. Okay, now some definitions are given. It is also one of the question answer, the long question answer, the first one part of the long question answer. Okay, according to Edwin B. Flippo, Edwin B. Flippo, what he says, training is the act of increasing the knowledge and skills. The same thing we are learning, we have learned in the mean. Okay, knowledge and skill. We should know that knowledge and the skill of an employee, yes, not the ordinary people. Okay, employee means an organization will provide training for their employees only. That is why it is said training is the act of increasing the knowledge and skills of an employee for what? For doing particular job. Yes, okay. For doing particular job, they provide training. Then another one, Mathis and Jackson. Mathis and Jackson. What he says, what they say, training is a learning process. I told you, isn't it? They learn something. Okay. So it is a learning process whereby people learn. People means here the employees of the organization. Okay. People learn skills, okay, then concept, attitude and knowledge. In the previous one they have given only the knowledge and skill. Here they have included the concepts and attitudes. Okay, so what is the definition given by Mathis and Jackson? Training is a learning process whereby people learn skills, concepts, attitudes and knowledge to aid in the achievement of goals. Okay, to perform the job, they have gone one step above to aid, to help in the achievement of goal. For any organization, achieving the goal is very important, isn't it? So these two definitions you can learn. Now we will learn the purpose or need for training. Why we need to give training? Okay, purpose. Purpose or need for training. Why we need to give training? The first one, improved quality of work. Improved quality of work. If we provide training, okay, it will improve the quality of the work carried out by the employees. Okay, so we can write training helps the employees to increase the quality of work carried out by them. Okay, one sentence or two sentences enough. Then enhance employee growth. Enhance employee growth. Those who undergo the training only they can do their job. They will be very good at their job, isn't it? So this one in that training only helps in performance of enhancement of the employees, because the people those who have got, or the employees those who have got training, can do their work faster. Okay, they can improve their career. Okay, they will be very good at their job. Otherwise, if they do not know, they cannot perform good, isn't it? Since they have got training, they can increase their growth. Prevention of obsolescence. There they have given the wrong spelling. Okay. Obsolescence means that out of date, out of fashion, because that they prevent training. Okay, because the already the what the skills and knowledge what we have, they will improve, isn't it? By giving training, they are updating, not out of date. They will update the knowledge and skill of the employees with the latest technology and techniques. Okay, so this one avoid the obsolescence. Okay, the next one, enlightening new recruits. So here they can enlighten the those who have been recruited newly. They can enlighten the new employees, can learn the new methods of working. They take new techniques, the reporting, then all the how to use the tools and equipments in the factory, and the work culture, how to work in the factory. Everything they can learn with the help of training. Okay, so here for the new recruits, the new employees can learn the methods of working, their new techniques, then the tools and equipments that they use in the job. Okay, the work culture of the company, everything they can learn with the help of training. Then improved safety measures. Improved safety safety measures. Here the employees can get awareness about their new job, isn't it? Or they will be warned about the that dangers that they are available in the performing the job. So they gain awareness about all the risks that involved in the job, and for the safety measures also. Okay, then all the risk available and the safety measures that they have to adapt while doing the job. Okay, through what? Through training. So this one helps them to avoid some accidents. Okay, and how to apply the safety measures when they perform their job. Motivating the employees. Here, when we work in an organization, the employees must be motivated often, isn't it? How to work. So often they have to conduct some training also. Okay, then only they can develop themselves through this in this their career planning. Okay, so the training motivates the organizational commitment. They motivate the employees. How? Only then the continuous development will be there in the performance of the employees. So the training motivating the employees, those who are in the organization. Higher productivity and profitability. Higher productivity and profitability. Here, the that those who have received the training, they can perform the work effectively or efficiently, isn't it? They can do the work very fast, or they can do with that perfect completion. Okay, though if they do fast and the quantity and quality is very good, then they increase the productivity. If the production increases, they can gain more profit. Okay, so training is important for the higher productivity and profitability. Then cost reduction. In the previous point we studied, they are increasing the productivity and profitability through efficient performance, isn't it? If they do efficiently, then the cost will be reduced. Okay, they avoid any wastages will be no. Okay, since they do efficiently, there won't be any wastage. Wastages will be very less, or no wastages will be there, so the cost will be reduced. Then reduced supervision, since they are given more training, so that many supervisors are not needed to supervise the employees. They will do their work efficiently, isn't it? Since they are given with the all the thing, how to do the work, how to avoid wastage, how to take safety measures, all the training they are giving. So this will reduce the supervision. They themselves, they are educated, they will do their work without any supervision. The last one, better adaptability, since they are given with the new methods, obsolescence, they are given with the new methods, techniques and technologies, so they can adapt, these employees can adapt for any circumstances, or with the new methods and technologies they can be adapted. Okay, so all these are the purpose or the need for training. Now we will learn the next heading, steps in designing a training program. Okay, so training also they have to plan and do. Okay, so to plan and to do this training program, they should have a training program. Okay, they have to take into consideration some of the greater issues. Okay, they have to consider some of the points. After that only they can design a training program. What are the steps that they have to see? First one, they should decide about whom to train. Whom to train. Okay, now we can just imagine that the training is done by one separate one department. Okay, so that department, the training department, has to determine, they have to decide the candidates for whom the training should be done. Okay, whom the training should be done, it should be decided first by that training department. Okay, so they can which level, whether the training is needed for the operational level. Operational level means the employees, the lower level employees, or it is decided whether it should be needed for the supervisory levels. Supervisory means supervisors. Okay, or the executive employees level. Okay, that should be decided. Okay, the training should department should determine the candidates for whom the training is needed, whether it is for the operational level employees or the supervisory level employees, or for the that executive, they are not the okay, executive level. Okay, that should be decided. Then the second step, who is the training? These two questions are looking same, but here the level they are speaking. Okay, here we have decided the level. Okay, if it is operational level or supervisory level, that in that supervisory level, who is the trainee, whether all the employees of the supervisory level or selected employees. Okay, so first you should know here who is the meaning of the training. Trainee is what? A person who is learning. Okay, we know that they are learning something and practicing the skills of particular job. Okay, he is called trainee. What is a trainee? A person who is learning and practicing the skills of particular job is called the trainee. So here the trainees must be selected on the basis of self-interest. Whether we should ask them whether you need training if they wish. Okay, either from self-interest or the recommendation from the supervisor. Okay, recommendation. So the supervisors need, the supervisors know whom to be given the training, because they may find some to get the work from some people very difficult. Okay, so they can recommend them to give some more training. So he knows some of the people without training also they can do their work. So first we have learned what is training. Now they have to select the candidates on the basis of either self-interest or recommendation by the supervisor or by the human resource department. Okay, HRD, human resource department, they will recommend. Okay, they are the trainees. Then the next step, who are the trainers? Trainees we have decided. Now the trainers. Trainers means those who teach the skills to the employees and prepare them for the job activity. Okay, they are called a trainer. What is the meaning of a trainer? Trainer is a person who teaches skills to the employees and prepare them for a job activity. Okay, these trainers may be the supervisors, either the supervisors or the co-workers also. The person one who knows well can be selected as a trainer. So co-worker or HR staff, human resource department staff may be coming, or some specialist from other parts of the company. Okay, the same company from other parts of the company can be brought, or any outside consultants can be brought, or any association, industry association, okay, educational association, the from the members of the educational institution like university. Okay, those who know the knowledge about that particular field. Okay, that agricultural department, those who have completed agri, they will come for for the farmers to give training. Okay, that is it. So all these people may be the trainers. These trainers are also known as instructor because they instruct something. So they are called instructors, coach, trainer, teacher, mentor, advisor, counselor, then guide, guru, then manager, tutor, handler, educator, and many other names also they have. Okay, they are the trainers. Then what method will be used for training? Okay, the method of training. What method will be used? So they have to decide about the method that we are going to learn. Okay, on the job, of the job. Okay, which method of training should be given? Okay, because we are going to learn. Okay, on the job and the methods of training. There they have to decide which method they are going to follow. Then what should be the level of training? What should be the level of training? Okay, then they have this training department, they have to decide to whom, the same thing, the level of this whom to train, no? So that they have to decide which level, that level of training must be given to the employees. Okay, or those who have been recruited newly, they should be given the introductory training. everything they have to explain, isn't it? What things they are going to do, what type of machine they are using, and how to work in that one, everything. Introductory training, okay, for the new employees. Then middle level employees. Middle level employees will be given the skill development training. Okay, they need to improve the skill. So skill development training will be given, but the higher level training, will be given to the in order to increase the functional efficiency of the executives. Okay, introductory training, those have been appointed by the employee, those who have been appointed newly in the organization. For them, they will provide the introductory training. Okay, then the middle level employees will be given skill development training, but the higher level training will be given just to increase the functional efficiency of the executives. Okay, then the last point, where to conduct the training program. Where to conduct the training program. So they have to decide the place. Where means the place, isn't it? Or the venue of training and duration. Okay, the place and period. The venue and the duration of the training. Okay, that will be related to the employees to whom they are going to give the training. Okay, whether the place may be that is related to the methods of training on the job or within the job or outside the job, or they can be taken somewhere outside. Okay, all will be decided. So where to conduct and the period of training. Okay, so in the next class we will learn the on the job the training methods. Okay, now we will mark the question answers. What is meant by training? Okay, what is meant by training? Page number 100. Here you see the last one. Training is the act of. Okay, training is the act of, that one point. Then here, second line. Training refers to the teaching and learning activities carried on. Okay, for the primary purpose of helping members to acquire and to apply the required knowledge, skill and attitude. Okay, this one you can write, or any one definition also you can write. Okay, either the second sentence, if it is very large, you can write the definition also, the long answers. First part, define training and methods of training, that we are going to learn tomorrow, the next day. Okay, training is the act of increasing the knowledge and skills of an employee for doing particular job. Another one, training is a learning process whereby people learn skills, concepts, attitudes and knowledge aid in the achievement of goals. Then write down various steps in a training program. 102. Okay, so 3 mark question. So you have to write one sentence. Okay, 3 mark from here. Okay, from here till here. Where to conduct all the steps. Then methods we are going to Then here you see, write short note on trainer and trainee. Already we are trainee, trainers. Okay, these two you can mark. Okay, trainer. Fourth question. Okay. Okay, these two. Already we are learning in the steps in designing a training program. Okay, students. So you learn these question answers. Okay. Thank you very much.